What up internet, welcome to Game Over. So in this video going to speak about man, stop playing, get to the point dude, what you doing? Okay, my bad. So we are going to speak about this three abilities, which is Cassandra, Yone and Action.
Cassandra is all about finding the perfect moment to prove your strength. So let's start with his ultimate, All Out. Cast All Out to target an enemy champion. If they collide against a wall, Cassandra knocks them through it. He'll pursue his enemy to the end of their path, dealing damage and stunning them. If Cassandra's prey doesn't hit a wall, they'll be knocked back a short distance instead, taking less damage. Whether his cast hits a wall or not, Cassandra shatters his Intofos to turn them into sharp blades, entering all-out form at the end of his charge. While he's all out, Cassandra gains attack damage that scales with his armor and magic resist. He'll also gain Omnivamp, scaling with his health. But be careful, because all that power comes with responsibility. In all-out form, Cassandra is no longer a tank. He loses a large chunk of health, armor, and magic resist. All-out form expires after a brief period, and Cassandra will be ready to tank once more. He can also recast his ultimate to exit the form early. Cassandra's passive, Dauntless Instinct, marks enemies that are damaged by his abilities. His next attack will consume the mark, dealing bonus damage based on their max health. In all-out form, attacks against a marked target will deal even more damage, scaling with Cassandra's bonus armor and magic resist. Cassandra's Q, Intofo Strikes, slams his Intofos in a line, damaging and slowing all enemies hit. If this ability hits an enemy, Cassandra will gain a stack. At 2 stacks, his next cast of Intofo Strikes will fire a shockwave, knocking all enemies toward him and briefly stunning them. In all-out form, Intofo Strikes will no longer slow, but its cooldown is reduced.
And expel them from their mortal hosts. So, let's meet the man behind the mask. Welcome to the Yone Champion Spotlight. For his passive, Yone wields 2 weapons for, you guessed it, 2 types of damage. Every other auto attack deals split damage, half physical, half magic, all Yone.
Walk both realms.
Way of the Hunter also doubles Yone's crit chance, but reduces his crit damage, sort of like his brother half, Yasuo. Yone's Mortal Steel also works a lot like Yasuo's Steel Tempest, but Yone's the older sibling, so who's really stealing from whom? Yone strikes forward, damaging enemies and gaining a stack of Gathering Storm on hit. After 2 stacks, the Storm is unleashed, and Yone dashes forward with a gust of wind, knocking enemies up in the air like he just don't care. Then, if he's ready to run like the wind, he can activate Mortal Steel to dash over walls and slay his prey all day, Yone. Yone slashes forward with Spirit Cleave, dealing a percentage of the target's max health as split damage and shielding himself on hit. Attacking minions or lone champions activates Yone's base shield, but if you're cleaver enough, you can use Spirit Cleave on multiple champions for some added protection. With Soul Unbound, Yone enters Spirit form for a short time, leaving his untargetable body behind and gaining ramping movement speed to hunt down and eliminate foes. Once he returns, champions he damaged while in Spirit form take an additional burst. Use Soul Unbound to hop over small walls for added mobility, but be careful where you leave your body lying around. Whether you wait the full duration or reactivate early, eventually you'll have to snap back to reality. And sometimes, reality hurts.
Another fail.
Welcome to the Action Champion Spotlight. Action's passive is Dirty Fighting. Every 3rd hit from his auto attacks or abilities deals additional damage. When fighting against enemy champions, Action also gains a shield for a few seconds. After an auto attack, Action will fire an additional shot. He can also cancel that shot to gain movement speed instead.
Coming through!
Action's Q throws out his Avengerang, damaging and revealing enemies from their hiding spots. If it collides with enemy champions, he gains movement speed for a brief duration. Each time an enemy is hit, the Avengerang's range is extended farther. How does it come back again? Action's W is Going Rogue. His passive marks scoundrels, enemy champions who have killed Action's allies. If he takes down a scoundrel, he gains gold and resurrects the fallen allies. Activating Going Rogue lets Akshan camouflage himself briefly when there are no enemies around. When moving near a wall or in brush, he can hide indefinitely. While camouflaged, he gains increased mana regen and movement speed toward scoundrels.
Knock knock! Vengeance calling!
And this is the part where they run away. Get around the rift in style with Heroic Swing. Akshan fires a grappling hook that attaches to the first wall hit and swings around it. To get the most distance out of your E, grapple from max range. Akshan then dives off the rope and fires a final, powerful attack. If he collides with an enemy champion or terrain before landing, he attacks automatically instead. Enemy takedowns refresh Heroic Swing's cooldown, granting him opportunities for Reset City. While he's able to sweep around, Akshan cannot swing or dive over walls, so try not to crash.
Oh, come now!
Akshan's ultimate is Comeuppance. Locking onto an enemy champion, Akshan charges his gun the Absolver and stores up bullets for a massive attack. Recast to unleash a barrage of bullets onto the first target, with damage scaling based on missing health.
That was quite satisfying.
Not one to be locked down, Akshan can move around and Heroic Swing while charging Comeuppance.
Oh, so exciting!
But watch where you aim. Bullets can be blocked by minions and towers. A troublemaker by trade, Akshan shines early with his ability to efficiently roam and stir up the map. Try to catch the enemy team off guard before they even have a chance to react. Ouch, talk about a mid-diff. Going Rogue combines the strongest parts of your assassination talents. If an enemy thinks they can get away with the kill, capitalize on the scoundrel mechanic and pick them off after the fight. It's way easier for you to pick off foes than engage in 1v1s, so stick close to your allies for clutch revival plays. His name is Akshan. You killed his allies. Prepare to die.
Consider yourself absolved.
Akshan prefers picking off foes from a distance, so you'd be wise to evade champions that get up close and personal. Even a well-timed grappling hook might not be enough to escape. Your team may not always make the best choices, but luckily Akshan thrives when he can swing in and avenge his fallen allies. If a team fight goes sideways, keep your eye on the enemy-marked scoundrel with the highest kill count. Find an opening and grapple in for the takedown.
There we go. Get in, avenge fallen ally, get out.
With the scoundrel defeated and your team revived, secure a victory on the enemy nexus.
Haha, the thrill of going where you're not supposed to.
Vengeance never looked so good.